comparison between Tucson, Arizona and Westwood, California. So the battle lines are drawn on a hardwood floor and a throat-clutching history. Arizona had won 71 straight at home when Derek Martin ended all of that last year. The Bruins swept the series, and with it, catapulted themselves to the Pac-10 Conference Championship. The game here at Pauley was the coup de grace. It started a celebration that rivaled the Wooden Days and swept one of our own along for the ride. Conference title chase begins in 1993, exactly where it ended in 1992, right here at Pauley Pavilion in Westwood, California. It'll be the Arizona Wildcats and the UCLA Bruins getting it on again at Pauley. And hello, everybody. I'm Barry Tompkins, and I am very happy to report that my partner, Dick Vitale, came out of that mess last year unscathed. And this year, folks, he is taking no chances.
I am ready for him. Bring him on down, baby. Come on down from up there. I'm ready.
Terry Donahue could use this guy. He hates taking that helmet off. It messes his eyebrows up, something fierce. Let's talk a little bit about this game tonight. Lute Olson, of course, is always dependent on experience in the pivot. No difference this year.
Well, this year he has to get a great performance out of Ed Stokes, the 7-footer. The big guy inside's been a mystery. He had 24 points in his last game, but the game before against West Virginia, he was 0 in 16 minutes. Will the real Ed Stokes stand up? But the guy that's been consistent has been Chris Mills. He's been Mr. Versatility. He's from Fairfax High School in Los Angeles, and he's excited about being at home.
Of course, UCLA, everybody is saying this team's not going to be as good. They lost 2 guys into the NBA. The fact is, it may be a better team, and I emphasize the word team.
Well, they got a tremendous starting 5, and the key for that starting 5 is the little guy. He's the engine that makes them go. Tyus Edney. He's got super quickness. A key tonight will be Arizona trying to stop his penetration. If he gets in a lane or gets it up in transition to Ed O'Bannon, who's been really filling the lane, running at full speed, and really jumping once again. He broke his nose in the last game, but he told me tonight, he said, I am ready, baby. I am ready.
Let's take a look at the lineups. First of all, for the visitors from Tucson, Khalid Reeves has been there sometimes. Sometimes he has not been there. He is very much a factor in this game. Stoudemire takes care of the ball at the point. Rayos with Chris Mills, who has been very steady, and the man that Dick spoke about, Ed Stokes. They are coached, and ably coached, I might add, by Lute Olson. And there he is. I harken back to something I've always said. I don't know what it is, but I always want to vote for him. Meanwhile, for UCLA, the Bruins will depend a great deal on Richard Petruska. Now, Jimmy Herrick wants him down on the low blocks, but he is a guy who really feels very comfortable on the perimeter as well. We'll talk a little bit more about that with Butler, O'Bannon, Edney, the great penetrator, and Sean Tarver, who can shoot. Jim Herrick, the coach at UCLA, a little bit under siege right now. We'll talk about that as this game progresses. Set to tip it off, it'll be Stokes jumping with Petruska. Stokes controls the tap, but Edney runs it down.
Should be a great matchup with Edney and Stoudemire. Great quickness possessed by both players.
Really interesting matchups up and down the line in this game. Very, very even matchups.
Man-to-man defense by Arizona. They've been a predominant man-to-man defensive team all year.
First turnover of the game as Petruska lost the handle, and here's where they want the ball. Mills bounced off a man. Good no call. Down low it goes to O's. He misses. Second try, Stokes.
That's a good sign for Lute Olson that he gets up on the glass immediately. He's really been dominating in practice, and when he plays well in practice, it becomes part of his game in a real contest.
Mitchell Butler playing with a very sore left wrist, but we talked to him before the game, and he said you forget about it in a game like this. O'Bannon got the roll.
Eddie O'Bannon with that little jump hook. He's wearing that mask. Captain Marvel.
Didn't want to wear it either, but the doctors say if you don't want bigger problems, you best wear it.
Well, he broke his nose in that Houston game. They played well against a good Houston basketball team that's only lost to North Carolina and UCLA.
Stoudemire got into the air, kicks it out to Khalid Reeves for 3. It won't go. Right back underneath. O's for the putback.
UCLA not really blocking out now on the interior, and Arizona really attacking the glass.
Nobody has out-rebounded Arizona all year long.
They think Ray Owes can be another player like Anthony Cook, who played several years ago and was a shot blocker on the interior.
Lute Olson feels that this team is going to improve as they go along. They're going to get better.
From their 8-man rotation, they play 4 freshmen.
Petruska with a good penetration and a jump hook.
Had the best game of his career against Houston, 22 points and 12 rebounds. He's got to go inside instead of wanting to play on a perimeter and shooting a jump shot.
And that, of course, comes from his early career at Loyola Marymount. He would just step out and stick a 3. Stokes draws the foul on Petruska, and that is part of the game plan, I think, of Lute Olson's.
You know, you think of Lute Olson, Jimmy Herrick on that sideline, as you mentioned a little bit earlier, getting a lot of heat right now. But Lute Olson arrived. They were 4-24, 1-17 in the Pac-10. And 5 years later, he had him at 35-3.
Damon Stoudemire for 3.
He learned that from his cousin, Antoine, who shoots like you can't believe down at Oregon. He's the leading scorer coming back in the Pac-10.
Lute Olson loves the practice and the work ethic of Damon Stoudemire. Nice little lob inside to Petruska by Tarver. Give Tarver the credit for that. Petruska will go to the line.
Well, they're trying to establish early in the game, getting Petruska the ball down in deep. Taking the ball right at Stokes. Petruska transfer. His little body right there. And Mills going to come over and help, but there's the foul from the rear by Stokes. Petruska transferred him over to Loyola Marymount to here. Had a good career there. In that 1 year he played at 17 points a game, 7 rebounds a game.
Was originally going to come to UCLA, wanted to come to UCLA, but at that time UCLA was out of scholarships.
Yeah, they were out of scholarships because it was the arrival of Tarver and also Ed O'Bannon when UNLV lost him in that NCAA.
Khalid Reeves. Now, Reeves seems to play well in big games, and certainly this is that.
He's a good open court player.
Mills misses the 3. Owes again with a second try. A lot of second chances.
Well, they got to get that out of Owes. He's got to give him good inside rebounding.
Owes that time lost the handle, picked it up, got the roll.
He's got a good touch. He's got nice rotation on his shot. He's just got to be a little bit more consistent. Had a big game against Utah when they were on the ropes. You did that game with Larry Conley, and they were in trouble against a good Utah team, but he came in and sparked them.
3 offensive putbacks for Arizona.
I can't get over how quiet it is here for a big game.
Yeah, this is when UCLA is not really on a roll, as they are not now, 11-4 down. This gets to be a little bit like a jury.
This must be like we're watching Pavarotti in concert, baby. There's no Springsteen. He hasn't arrived in concert here out in L.A.
This is very much a theater crowd until things get going, and right now nothing's going for UCLA. Got a reach-in foul on Stoudemire. And here is the crowd, and as you can see, not only is it a theater crowd, looks a little bit like a theater, doesn't it?
That's the big rap. You know, you mentioned a little bit earlier, as the crowd is really quiet in the papers, it's been the recruiting prowess of Jimmy Herrick, with a lot of the great players getting away, going elsewhere. We mentioned Tarver and O'Bannon. They came here as the ball, when UNLV had that NCAA suspension, and those kids were allowed to go elsewhere, and they decided to come back home and not lose any eligibility.
And of course, the simple fact is that not only are the kids not going to UCLA, a lot of them are going to Tucson. Ray Owes was the Southern California Player of the Year a couple years ago.
Look at that defense played by Edis. Really gets over the top of screens.
Reeves with the floater, can create shots, and did that, but missed the shot. Mitchell Butler the rebound.
He's a good athlete. He's got great athletic ability, superb quickness, great defender. It'll be interesting watching Butler against Mills.
Right up and down the line. Really interesting matchups in this game. Petruska puts the shoulder down, no call. Mills controls it. Stoudemire can't find it, and Butler comes away with it.
Right now, Arizona's doing a good job keeping UCLA in a half-court game. The one key with UCLA, you can't allow them to get up and down in transition.
One thing that is interesting, that's about the 3rd time that they swatted the ball away from Petruska, and I can't help but wonder if Lute Olson and his staff might have noticed something, that he drops the ball and they're swatting at it. Wildcats by 7. We'll be back.
Every Sunday morning, ESPN Classic is your place to see a replay of this week's best college basketball game. The ESPN Game of the Week on ESPN Classic.
Big fella.
Thrillers.
That'll be on the highlight reel.
Storied rivalries.
Oh, big time.
This week's Classic in the Making. The ESPN College Basketball Game of the Week presented by Quiznos. 9 a.m. Sundays only on ESPN Classic. every Saturday night at 8. Classic Ringside. Studio host Brian Kenny, Bert Sugar, and boxing experts reveal the real story behind the greatest fights.
Down goes Frazier!
And fighters of all time.
We are going to do this one more time.
Next up, Little Big Man. These guys packed a punch.
The smaller guys actually had advantages because their skills were better.
Classic Ringside, 8 p.m. Saturday, only on ESPN Classic.
Traffic ahead.
Incredible. You found a golf course near the conference. Awesome Chinese. Now you find me a way around traffic. I love you.
Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit lonely and you're never coming around.
Take Market Street exit.
You're right. We'll just keep it professional, you know?
Go everywhere, find everything. Fall hard for the new Wear 2 GPS at Avis.
Do you remember when we learned that too much of anything isn't good?
Yes!
Well, let's apply that lesson to enjoying Guinness.
Apply previously learned lessons of moderation to drinking Guinness. Brilliant!
Please enjoy Guinness Draft responsibly.
Can a multivitamin help you feel physically and mentally energized all day?
Is that possible?
With new One-A-Day All-Day Energy, it is. It's the only complete multivitamin with both high levels of B vitamins and an extended-release guarana blend to help you feel energized all day. One-A-Day.
Imagine getting a 4-star hotel at a 2-star price. You can at Hotwire.com. How do we do it? When 3- and 4-star hotels have unsold rooms, they use Hotwire to fill them. So you get them at prices lower than any other travel site. Guaranteed. Like 4 stars in San Francisco. Travelocity price $219. Hotwire price just $102. Why risk paying more when Hotwire gets you unsold rooms at deep discounts? Save big at Hotwire.com. 4-star hotels, 2-star prices.
HOTWIRE, Hotwire.com.
Your home for the sweet science. ESPN Classic. The legendary Rumbles. The modern classics.
Non-stop, relentless effort.
Where greatness always answers the bell. Boxing for fight fans. Classic Night at the Fights. Every weeknight at 8 Eastern, 9 Pacific. Only on ESPN Classic. Every Sunday morning, you're on a move. ESPN Classic is your place to see a replay of this week's best college basketball game. The ESPN Game of the Week on ESPN Classic.
Big fella.
Thrillers.
That'll be on the highlight reel.
Storied rivalries.
Oh, big time.
This week's Classic in the Making. The ESPN College Basketball Game of the Week presented by Quiznos. 9 a.m. Sundays only on ESPN Classic.
Barry Tompkins with Dick Vitale. Impressive numbers when you take a look at this. I suppose you could say that's the good news. The bad news is there's not much beyond that.
Well, they don't have much depth at all. They got to really rely on their starting 5. When they lost to Pittsburgh, Mitchell Butler did not play, and that certainly hurt them, even though Pittsburgh, to me, is one of the real surprise teams. Got a great inside-outside act with Jerry McCullough and Chris McNeil.
Jerry Zidek is the next leading scorer at only 4 points a game, so they drop off from 10 down to 4. Zidek, incidentally, in the ball game right now. That's George Zidek, Jerry given name, but they call him George here. Traveling call against Stokes.
UCLA must really get in transition, Barry. If they can't get the ball out and run, they're not as effective. If they can go up and down the floor and capitalize on the great creativity of Edney, who's really dynamite with the ball in his hands. Oh, backdoor cut, they swung.
And they get it to Tarver, but a little bit late. Now they swing it for Butler. They'll give him that shot. He takes it that time, but I think Arizona would be perfectly content to see him shoot that all night.
That's a good call, Barry. The scouting report on Butler is no range as a shooter, but he showed you what he did with the scouting report there.
Just 2 of 18 from three-point range prior to that shot, just to emphasize. O's bounces off a man, put back again by Mills.
Mills hanging around the basket. They're really getting on the offensive boards. In fact, right now, that's their 4th offensive rebound for scores.
So 8 points off the offensive boards. Here's UCLA with a second chance now. 13-7, the Wildcats.
UCLA has not had one transition basket yet. Oh, nice high-low entry.
And O'Bannon couldn't get it to go, but he's fouled by O's underneath it.
Good high-low basketball. Get the ball at a high post. Try to seal off with a ducking move on the interior by O'Bannon. Oregon State's really been a disappointment early. Lou Campanelli's coming back strong in this game. Winning big.
SC playing great, aren't they?
Oh, I talked to George Raveling today. Really excited with his three-point shooter, Dwayne Hackett. In fact, going into this game, they were averaging 10.7 threes a game. The NCAA record for Division I is 10 by Kentucky in 89-90.
It's really becoming the hallmark of the Pac-10. Arizona State shot 51 threes against BYU.
Well, the Pac-10 right now is down this year. There's no question about it. It has come down a notch. You lose Tracy Murray, or this team would have been a heavyweight team. Harold Miner, as he misses the free throw, not coming back to USC. And then all the problems at Arizona State with Jamal Faulkner off the court, Mario Bennett with an injury. So the conference is definitely right now, you said it, Nummy, it's just, you know, average. It's not really a super year.
That's true, and I'm always quick to protect the Pac-10, but I think even at the Pac-10 office, they would agree with that.
A lot of balance, but they don't have a heavyweight knockout team. Full court trap. I think a good idea right now. Change the look of the game a little bit. Trying to get him into a trapping area. For years, UCLA utilized the 2-2-1 under John Wooden's tutelage.
Stoudemire just a sophomore, but he is clearly the take charge guy there. Mills and Tarver rebounds.
Tarver's their leading scorer. Trying to force the action right there. Should have gave the ball up to Edney, put it in Edney's hand. Edney talking to him. There's Jimmy Herrick on the sideline. I think the guy's done a heck of a job. 4 consecutive NCAA tournaments, 28-5 last year. Go to the Final 8, and they're talking about they have to wait till the end of the year to evaluate him. Give me a break. Yeah, players have graduated. What's happening in college athletics when we hear these stories? Coaches all being fired across America.
Well, the first thing that Jimmy said, wow, nice jam by Stokes.
Hey, you tell me how he can go and get Zippo against West Virginia with that kind of body and size. 7 feet, 265, good drop steps inside. He's just got to focus, and he's got to want it.
Started to say Jim Herrick's first thing he said to us today was, I have 5 kids on the honor roll.
Yeah, unbelievable. And O'Bannon's one of them.
Yes, he is. What a shot.
And that helps him go to another honor roll as well. Mitchell Butler had a 3.4 communications. He wants your job.
Mitchell Butler probably will have my job.
Well, I think he sees me do it. He says, if Dick Vitale can do it, anybody can do it. Look at Ed O'Bannon right now. Was the #1 high school player in America when he played at Artesia down in Lakewood, California, that had that major knee problem. Came out with the class with Grant Hill and Sean Bradley. Played with Phelps and Reese and Damon Bailey in a McDonald's All-American game.
And really starting to play like all those clippings.
Well, his vertical jump now has increased 3 inches from his previous situation before the injury.
It's interesting. So many times you see an injury that isn't always the physical residual effect, but rather the mental. And that's what O'Bannon suffered through last year.
Well, he had a similar injury to Bernard King and also to Mark Price. Good news here, and King's coming back now with the Washington Bullets. Great story.
Brian Hendricks suffering from a little bit of that, too, up in California.
See, right now, Arizona's dictating tempo. Defensively, they're making them play a half-court game.
Nice backdoor. Reeves lost the handle. Another turnover. Second turnover for Arizona.
Arizona had that super team in 1988. I was telling Lute Olson today, I'm over in a hotel lobby. A fan comes up to me, says, Dick, can I have an autograph? I said, sure. He says, but I'm an Arizona fan and I'm disappointed. I said, about what? He said, what's happened to us since 1988? I said, you can't be serious. Since 88, they've been 29-4, 25-7, 28-7, and 24-7. But no NCAA Final Four.
Yeah, it really is amazing when you can be criticized after something like that. Tarver missed it.
Great second effort. Tarver with the great second effort. Strong legs, their leading scorer.
Just to belabor the point a little bit, that's exactly what Jim Herrick was talking about earlier this year, saying if you don't win the whole thing, you're not good enough.
Well, somebody had said it, and I couldn't agree more. You become the prisoner of all the banners that exist here in L.A.
Bear missed it.
Here's where they got to get a deuce. 3-on-2. He's got to make something happen.
Pretty good transition defense, though, but Edney made it happen.
Excellent transition defense. They got back to make it a 3-on-3. But Tyus Edney said, no, Lute Olson, I'm taking it in the lane, and I'm going to shoot the rock, baby.
And now the crowd comes alive.
Look at these two going at it.
They're really bookends, aren't they?
Oh, they had a great conversation at midcourt today. They're trying to run that high low to Stokes.
Butler got a hand on it, kind of spooked the play a little bit, but Stokes gets it again and puts it in. Stokes playing hard.
He really is. He really seems to be focused. He's playing with some intensity. He was so disappointed the low of his career when he didn't get a point against West Virginia. He came back that night to try and get in the gym by himself and shoot.
And the next night he was 11 of 12, so obviously it worked. O'Bannon.
Oh, what a nice quick move inside. Head fakes, just like Billy Raftery. I remember the Raft when he played over at St. Cecilia. He played against all those little guys like Chris Fowler, and he scored like you couldn't believe.
I'm sure that's what Raft was saying watching this. Exactly like I used to.
That is Raft. I'm telling you, he was a great scorer inside. Look at the head fake. Oh, you left something on the floor. Eddie O'Bannon. Love this kid. Great attitude. Courageous athlete after what he had to go through for 15 months in rehabilitation. What a way to make a living. You believe this? Tuesday I go over to Indiana and Michigan, Weber and Cheney up in Ann Arbor. I want to get on the plane now and fly there to Ann Arbor.
But O'Bannon cannot get it to go.
That's got to bother you wearing that. You know, he said it's not bothering his vision when I talked to him before the game. This is quite a story right here. Mr. Dempsey. He signed with Arizona in the early signing period when he came out of high school. He told me tonight prior to the game that in July they called him up and told him that academically he didn't meet the requirements and he couldn't get in school. He was shocked. He went to junior college. Did well in junior college academically, came here, and they offered him a scholarship, and he said, I'm very, very happy.
And now he's playing against what could have been his former masters, 17-16, Arizona.
For each of us, there's a moment of discovery. We see that all of life is elemental. And as we marvel at element bonding with element, we soon realize that when you add the human element to the equation, the chemistry changes. We find a way of seeing that gives us a way of touching. Issues, ambitions, lives. The human element. Nothing is more fundamental. Nothing more elemental.
I initially went to a university, a traditional four-year college, but that wasn't for me. I ended up just making hamburgers across the street from campus. After a few years of handing out ketchup for a living, I heard an ad for ITT Tech on the radio, so it was like 2 in the morning, and I said, well, maybe I should give them a call and see what I can do there. So I did. I graduated valedictorian at ITT Tech twice, once for my associates and then for my bachelor's. When I started going to school, one day my mother asked me, who are you and what have you done with my son? Today I maintain test equipment that's used for making military weapons for the government. I get a great sense of pride out of my job. I can't believe I got a chance like this.
We are educators helping people build a foundation for the rest of their lives. ITT Technical Institute, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-942-0099 or visit us on the web. Get an education that can help you reach your goals. ITT Tech has information on financial aid programs for those who qualify. Call 1-800-942-0099 today.
Every Saturday night at 8, Classic Ringside.
I shook up the world!
Studio hosts Brian Kenny, Bert Sugar, and boxing experts reveal the real story behind the greatest fights.
Down goes Frazier!
And fighters of all time.
We are going to do this one more time.
Next up, Little Big Man. These guys packed a punch.
The smaller guys actually had advantages because their skills were better.
Classic Ringside, 8 p.m. Saturday, only on ESPN Classic.
How's my time?
Can I go next?
The NASCAR Busch Series on ESPN2. Season begins Saturday at Daytona.
On February 18th, the superstars of SmackDown will realize they have no say, no control, no choice. Because there is no way out.
No Way Out. Live Sunday, February 18th on Dish Network pay-per-view.
Homeowners,
Want to get cash and simplify your bills? Ask about a combo loan from Countrywide. It's a refi that you could use to combine your first mortgage, your second mortgage, your car loan, and all your high-rate credit card debt into one easy loan with one low monthly payment. It could save you hundreds every month. Call America's #1 home loan lender now and ask for a combo loan. No one can do what Countrywide can. Apply now.
Call 1-800-642-1071.
Win for Seth Greenberg. You know, he struggled his first year on a job, and this year's got them where they have one loss. They lost to Pacific, but they bounced back with the big win over UNLV.
So the longest winning streak in the country is Chris Mills. Gets an easy basket. Longest winning streak goes by the wayside.
Two-man play right there for Mills.
Edney got in the air and didn't quite know what to do with it, but McLean got a hand on it, so Edney can control it.
McLean's an interesting story. They're going to redshirt him. He's only played one game for Arizona, got 11 points, and has decided to use him as if. Ooh, they got away with a push right there, McLean. They were thinking seriously of not using him, but in a 10-day period where they had a chance to work, they said he was exceptional. And every day the coaches said McLean was really physical, and you can see a little physical play right here. He's going to push down the bottom of the screen. There he is. Oh, he got away with it.
Yeah, Lute says just a natural shooter. Couldn't not play him. Butler with the rebound off the miss by Stoudemire. 5 rebounds now for Mitchell Butler.
Well, he's that good athlete, the good bounce in the legs. He's one of the best defensive players in the country.
Edney over Mills.
Just a little clear out for Tyus Edney. He's their MVP. He's become a PT peer, this little guy. He really makes things happen defensively, offensively, like McCullough does down at Pittsburgh.
He's played more minutes than any Bruin. Mills with the easy basket again and a nice quick move across the paint.
Well, Chris Mills got good inside-outside ability, really knocking down the three this year, shooting better than 50% from three-point range.
Another good matchup, O'Bannon and Mills. Zidek and Bear. And it's up and good by Mitchell Butler again. How do you like it?
Take that scouting report. Rip it up, Barry. Rip it up where it says no range as a shooter.
Well, he's equaled his season total in three-point shots so far tonight.
2 for 18 coming into the game.
Nice give from McLean to Bear. Got away. Oh, he stepped on the line. I didn't see the call, but there it was.
Lute Olson, 5 Pac-10 championships. I mean, in 7 years, 8 NCAAs in a row. It's incredible. Had a 71-game winning streak at home until last year when UCLA went in and Martin hits a jumper at the buzzer to end that streak.
There was about 5 games in a row in this series that came down to the final possession. And, of course, the game that you did here last year, an 8-point game for UCLA, but that was a close game all the way.
Well, they really come pouring out of the stands. I thought Ron Franklin and I were in big, big trouble. You know, Dempsey's really fired up. Nice pass.
O'Bannon jump hook with the left hand. That's a tough shot.
Very tough shot. The big question is whether or not Ed O'Bannon's brother, Charles O'Bannon, who's really tearing it up big-time style and one of the 5 best players in America, whether he will wear a UCLA uniform or go down to Lexington, Kentucky and play with the Wildcats. And an outside shot, maybe George Raveling down to Southern Cal.
Dempsey for 3. They left it, and he took it.
You know that feels good. And you know he's saying, hey, coach, you guys didn't want me. He was fired up talking to him before the game.
He was also sticking 1 3 after another in practice. McLean, the quick release. Stokes with a second try nicely.
McLean's got good range as a shooter. Everybody loves his work ethic as well.
Stokes facing up over Petruska. Count the basket.
I just find it absolutely mind-boggling to think he can get shut out in a basketball game on a collegiate level with his size. He was so impressive as a freshman. Came on strong off the bench as a freshman. There were great expectations. Had some injuries, nagging injuries, had a hamstring problem as a junior, as a sophomore, had an ankle problem. There's the little up and under, the little jumper.
His story very similar to that of McLean, who you were just talking about. Lute Olson wanted to redshirt in his freshman year, and he just played so well in brief appearances that he just simply couldn't.
You know, you mentioned McLean. UCLA certainly losing McLean, Matkins, Martin, and Murray. Quite a load to really replace. I mean, he had to lose unbelievable points and rebounds, the same as down at Ohio State, the same down at Oklahoma State, Arkansas. Yet all 4 programs are consistently winning. That tells me something about the leaders of the pack.
Geary in the ballgame now. Dempsey just lost him in traffic, gets a second try and makes it.
Hey, Dempsey signs early for Arizona. They tell him in July we don't have a scholarship. I'll tell you something, he's playing, baby.
That was a great move. He just lost the freshman Reggie Geary.
Geary's got great quickness. Comes up with a second effort, no one blocks out.
UCLA by 3, they trailed by 7.
Trying to get some minutes out of Burns, freshman. Marcus, good defensive player.
Just like that.
Bohannon with that nice little jump shot, played at Maine Central last year. Same place that produced Sammy Cassell down at Florida State. Tough Luck Award of the year has to go to Pat Kennedy with all those injuries.
Marquise Burns, another good shooter. A lot of underclassmen on the floor right now for both teams.
Dempsey really taking it on his own. I'll tell you something, he went to bed last night. He couldn't sleep. He was tossing and turning. He was thinking of the Big Red. He said, I can't wait to get on that floor.
And Jim Herrick has been looking for somebody to come off the bench and get the job done, and so far Dempsey is doing it.
Well, what he's doing now, he's starting to let guys get some minutes. He knows eventually he's got to get a little less time for his starters. I could see this happening from when we had him in the NIT earlier this year, where he really was playing almost exclusively the Edneys and O'Bannons.
UCLA not quite getting it done at the free throw line, 3 of 8.
That's been an amazing story this year throughout college basketball. We saw the free throw line for Duke against Oklahoma, where Oklahoma really came back strong defensively. But Duke really struggled on the line. Indiana 18 for 36 against Kentucky.
Dempsey off the bench for 6 points. UCLA leads it by 2, 7:15 remaining first half.
The legendary Rumbles, the modern classics. Classic Night at the Fights, every weeknight at 8 Eastern, 9 Pacific, only on ESPN Classic. Every Sunday morning, ESPN Classic is your place to see a replay of this week's best college basketball game. The ESPN College Basketball Game of the Week, 9 a.m. Sundays, only on ESPN Classic. Every Saturday night at 8, Classic Ringside.
I shook up the world!
Studio host Brian Kenny, Bert Sugar, and boxing experts reveal the real story behind the greatest fights.
Down goes Frazier!
And fighters of all time.
We are going to do this one more time.
Next up, Little Big Man. These guys packed a punch.
The smaller guys actually had advantages because their skills were better.
Classic Ringside, 8 p.m. Saturday, only on ESPN Classic.
Traffic ahead.
Incredible. You found a golf course near the conference. Awesome Chinese. Now you find me a way around traffic. I love you.
Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit lonely and you're never coming around.
Take Market Street exit.
You're right. We'll just keep it professional, you know?
Go everywhere, find everything. Fall hard for the new Where To GPS at Avis.
The Indianapolis Colts have won their first Super Bowl.
He scores! Touchdown!
Relive all the thrills with Sports Illustrated and this must-have NFL Films DVD, the Indianapolis Colts Super Bowl 41 champions. Plus, this hardcover commemorative book captures the Colts' incredible season through SI's famous writing and photography. Go to SITVoffer.com or call now to get both free with your paid subscription to SI. 56 issues for only $1.75 an issue. Save over 55% off the cover price. Use your credit card and get this collectible football honoring the champion Colts. Designed exclusively for Sports Illustrated, it features scores from the entire season and includes a display stand and certificate of authenticity. Celebrate the Colts' unforgettable victory with the official Super Bowl DVD, the SI commemorative book, and the exclusive football. This limited championship package is only available from Sports Illustrated. Go to SITVoffer.com or call right now.
Uh-oh. Think fast. Think fast. Pause. Think fast. So anyway, which one of you wants the ball? Oh, sight. Think fast. Oh. School's out.
Fathead, are you fan enough? Your home for the sweet science. ESPN Classic. The legendary rumbles.
I'll turn it! I'm a bad man!
The modern classics.
Non-stop! Relentless effort!
Where greatness always answers the bell. Boxing for fight fans. Classic Night at the Fights. Every weeknight at 8 Eastern, 9 Pacific. Only on ESPN Classic. Every Sunday morning. You're on a move. ESPN Classic is your place to see a replay of this week's best college basketball game. The ESPN Game of the Week on ESPN Classic.
Big fella!
Thrillers.
That'll be on the highlight reel.
Storied rivalries.
Oh, big time!
This week's Classic in the Making. The ESPN College Basketball Game of the Week presented by Quiznos. 9 a.m. Sundays only on ESPN Classic.
Barry Tompkins with Dick Vitale back at Pauley Pavilion here on the UCLA campus in Westwood, and Arizona jumped out to a 7-point lead, and now it's UCLA by 2. But you began this program, Dick, by talking about this man and that he needed to get it done, and he has.
Well, you know, Ed Stokes is one of the key players when you look in college basketball. If Arizona is going to make a run on a national level, he has to produce. The same with Seton Hall. If they're going to cut nets down Luther Wright. You talk about Duke, Cherokee Parks. Parks is doing a superb job. They really like to run that high-low.
Stokes a little hard off the glass, and UCLA comes the other way, leading by 2.
Luther Wright is really coming on. He was MVP in the Meadowlands Classic. Good anticipation here.
Reggie Gary.
Boy, he's quick.
How about Butler from behind, but the jam is good by Bohannon. Now let's clear it all out and see what they call.
Well, that doesn't count. Bohannon's was after the action, Barry, but Geary with that good anticipation. He's got great defensive ability, anticipates well, superb quickness. I mean, he's going to the goal, but here comes Butler from the rear. There's the contact, there's the foul. Bohannon says, why? Let me get the deuce.
And it puts Reggie Geary at the free throw line. This guy didn't play basketball until he was a junior in high school.
They're really high on him, though. They think that he can be a factor here. Offensively, he struggles a little bit, but he's got things you can't teach. That superb quickness.
Comes out of Mater Dei High School here in Southern California, and Lute Olson has said that the way they play defense is very similar to what he tries to do, and so a player coming out of Mater Dei and going to Arizona has a decided edge.
But if you're a guard, especially if you're playing that perimeter game for Lute Olson, you're going to have to convert free throws if you want to be in a game at the end of the line. Goes 0 for 2 on that line and did not look good shooting them. Really physical on the inside.
Butler posting up, got to the baseline, travel.
Good call, lifted his foot. Gerald White with the call. You know, we were talking about the Pac-10 being a little down. I don't think there's any doubt. The Big Ten this year, when you talk heavyweights with Indiana and Michigan's playing unbelievable now. You could be Purdue on a road by 10, Kansas and North Carolina on a neutral. Chris Webber's playing out of the world. The Big Ten is the best conference in college basketball, followed number 2 by the ACC. They're 1 and 2.
Yeah, I don't think you find too many people arguing with that.
And I think I'd go 3 with the Big 8. 4, I'd probably go with the SEC, and 5 with the Big East. The Big East is a little down. Outside of Seton Hall, they don't have any heavyweights.
Got a call away from the ball here, Ron Labitich.
Screening action, causing an illegal screen.
Ray Owes with his 3rd foul.
Lute Olson, he gets younger looking every year. Why couldn't I look that good? You're nodding your head and laughing at me.
Lute Olson also always looks like he has a valet that travels with him, doesn't he?
Incredible. Yeah, he does. His wife, Bobby.
I don't think she'd like that.
You talk about 2 wives that are really involved in programs. Sally Herrick and also Bobby. I mean, they are great inspirations and tremendous help to their coach. Just like Mickey is down there with Mike Krzyzewski and a lot of the wives across America.
Nice lob. Good look from Gary DeBear, the freshman out of Houston.
They think JB. He says, please don't call me Joe. My name is Joseph. Hey, when you're 6'9", 255, I call you anything you want, anytime you want.
Sir would be good.
He's got a great body for a diaper dandy.
Another turnover. Here come the Wildcats.
Give up the bounce pass. That's the play. Good angle, excellent execution. Lute Olson's got a smile with the way he delivered the rock right there. Great pass by Gary.
10 for Mills after a quiet start.
They're playing 4 freshmen in their rotation. They're top 9 players, Arizona.
Nice look to Petruska down low from behind. Mills blocks it. Stoudemire comes away with a big-time defensive play.
Great play by Mills. Rotated over, got the good angle. Butler gets the foul, but what a great effort defensively trying to stay in front of Stoudemire.
Now that's the one that Chris Fowler told you about.
Rolly Massimino suffers his first L.
Good team there in New Mexico State. So Santa Barbara. As a matter of fact, that conference, not a bad conference.
No, some people were telling me today, talking to some writer, Mark Wicker, who I really respect, from out of Orange County, he says he thinks the Big West is better than the Pac-10.
Well, very possible. Bear got loose underneath.
Hey, Blair's been really doing a great job for them in their recent games, and he's earning a lot of playing time. Big, strong body on the inside.
Tattoo on his forearm says Baby Blair.
Baby Blair. I was teasing him about that tattoo today. Jimmy Herrick had great success at Pepperdine. Might have been a happier guy than he is right now. I'm not convinced that he is really content with all the shenanigans, headlines in yesterday's paper about his contract. Hurt himself a little bit when he came out last year with a statement, I should get paid what Lute Olson and Bobby Knight, I've beaten those guys. That was not a good PR move.
Nice lob by Blair, a little bit too much. Stokes can't control it. It hit the rim, I think. And it's an Arizona turnover, their 5th. UCLA has turned it over 9 times.
They are really going to the well with that high-low entry.
Arizona jamming it in. That's exactly what you indicated.
Well, they really want to take the ball to the interior and take advantage of the size of guys like Stokes and Blair, and they are doing a great job with it. Playing their man-to-man defense. For years, Lute Olson used to utilize the 1-1-3 matchup.
O'Bannon sticks a 3.
He's big time. I really love Eddie O'Bannon. Always did. From the first time I had him in a high school game, he's got 10 points. What a comeback from a really serious knee problem.
Mills, perfect position.
Chris Mills, I was teasing him today. I said, Chris, it seems like you've been around 10 years. Had a great year as a freshman at Kentucky, 14 points a game. Then that controversy over that envelope of $1,000 and was allowed to go anywhere he wanted, but he couldn't play at Kentucky and decided to come to Arizona.
I think he's very happy he did, and I think he's particularly happy he stayed. Tarp.
I think it was smart staying. I think Tracy Murray would have stayed. His stock would have went way up. He would have been a top 7 pick.
Not getting too many minutes at Portland. O'Bannon has tripped. Stoudemire's the guilty party. And O'Bannon might have landed on that nose.
He can't wait to get that mask off. They said he only has to wear it for maybe another game.
Second foul on Stoudemire.
O'Bannon along the baseline, tries to take that first. He's got a great first step, super quick step. His brother played superbly out in the Myrtle Beach Classic, which featured some of the great high school teams in America. Had a tremendous game, his brother, against Joey Beard, a superstar going out to Duke when they played against South Lakes of Reston, Virginia.
O'Bannon rolled it in, and this game so far is just right out of the script of a UCLA-Arizona game.
You know, it's amazing, both coaches. You think about where Lute Olson went to school, Augsburg College. You think about Mr. Herrick on the side of Morris Harvey. Did you ever think when they were there that they would ultimately be in this kind of marquee setting from Augsburg and from Morris Harvey here at UCLA in Arizona? Only in America, the greatest land of all. Dream and you may catch that dream. Hey, I caught it. What a fantasy life I've lived. Are you kidding me?
I want your job.
You always tease me before the game. You don't like my shooting.
No, you're hot. You're shooting about 80% this year, aren't you?
I had those students going nuts. I was on fire.
Reeves, the penetration,
nice.
The kick to McClain.
He hesitated.
Yep.
Should have taken it up quickly. Nothing like penetration to break defenses down, like right there. And then finalize on top of it. Finalize on top of it, Barry.
Arizona did everything right except pick up the shooter.
That's why I love Bobby Hurley. Breaks defenses down. created like a lot of turmoil the other day, I guess, saying that he was one of the best of all time at point guard. There's Mills with that drive, kicking it off the glass. Asked Lute Olson about him today. He says, let me have Bobby Hurley. I mean, I can't believe some people on my case. They said, you overrated him. He's not that good. Just look what he's done at Duke. Plus, he guards people. Tremendous defensive player as well as a guy that gives it up and makes the clutch shot.
Gets a little help from his friends, too. Not a bad team.
No, not bad at all.
Tarver gets the leaner.
Tarver with that strong body gets to the inside. He's a scorer, streaky shooter.
Reeves so far has come up empty. He's had those periods where he just kind of goes away.
Yeah, he seems like he just drifts on the floor, and then he explodes. Put on some big points against Utah when they needed him in the second half. I had a lot higher expectations when I had seen him on a high school level coming out of Christ the King out of New York, where he played with Derek Phelps, who's really doing a super job for North Carolina. Well, I love Carolina. I really think this Carolina team is way better than last year's team.
They've got about 11 guys who can play.
That's going to be one heck of a matchup, Carolina and Duke. But Reeves, you know, he played with Phelps, came in with the big buildup. He's had some good moments, but just hasn't been consistent.
Penetration by Edney. Zimmerman tried to get it back to Edney. Forced the pass, and Stoudemire stepped in front.
Zimmerman's a guy that gives him some shot blocking ability off the bench.
Penetration and the kick out again.
He must have heard us, Mr. Reeves. He delivered Khalid. He knocked it down. There's no doubt he can shoot the J. He can score in the open court. Lute Olson would like to see more emotion, more intensity out of him. There's Tarver with the jumper from the baseline.
McClain has it swatted away.
They really get the ball up the court quickly, get into the hands of McClain, try to beat the defense down the floor. Boston Celtics for years did this. Get the ball out of the net. Larry Bird throw it the length of the court. There's Tarver coming over. Take your choice. They get a body on him. Get the ball.
Bohannon comes back into the ball game, replacing Blair, who gave Lute Olson some good minutes. Tied at 38, 1:06 left. McClain goes to the free throw line. There's that tattoo we spoke of, Baby Blair. And the reason, he says, is his brother also has a tattoo, and it says Big Blair.
Big Blair. You do your research. I tell you, you really work. It's unbelievable. McClain was getting it. He only played in one game, had the 11 points in that last game against Rhode Island, beat a good Rhode Island team. Al Skinner's got a solid team down there, the Roadies in the Atlantic 10, which is a good conference.
Yeah, we were talking about that. That's another conference up for grabs. 1:05 remaining first half. 39 Arizona, 38 UCLA. Why change now? It's been like that for about 5 years. We'll be back.
Why are we wearing these outfits? I thought we should practice our Irish step dancing to celebrate the St. Patrick's Day season. We're cooking now. Ow! Maybe all we need for St. Patrick's Day is our Guinness. Ouch! All we need is Guinness. Brilliant! Brilliant!
Enjoy Guinness Draft responsibly during the St. Patrick's Day season.
Matt Risley is all about motorcycles, riding them, talking about them, working on them. Matt is a professional motorcycle technician, and life is good.
I love it. I absolutely love what I do.
Matt is living his dream. You can too, with training from Motorcycle Mechanics Institute. In as little as 1 year, you could be earning a great living doing what you love to do.
They taught me all the basic skills to get into the business.
And at MMI, our industry relationships mean you'll train on the bikes you love to ride. Honda, Kawasaki, Suzuki, Yamaha, Harley-Davidson. By learning on today's motorcycles with industry-specific diagnostic equipment, you'll be in high demand after you graduate.
Life with me is cool right now. I've got lots of awesome toys and a job I really like.
Are you ready to live your dream? Call right now to receive a free information kit. Start your new career today. Motorcycle Mechanics Institute.
Every Saturday night at 8, Classic Ringside. Studio host Brian Kenny, Bert Sugar, and boxing experts reveal the real story behind the greatest fights.
Down goes raise you.
And fighters of all time.
We are going to do this one more time.
Next up, Little Big Man. These guys packed a punch.
The smaller guys actually had advantages because their skills were better.
Classic Ringside, 8 p.m. Saturday, only on ESPN Classic.
Hey, these guys joined my team and lost weight.
Mike Golick, 51 pounds. Sean Salisbury, 35 pounds.
Scott Conover, 100 pounds.
Hey, Marino, I lost 32 pounds.
Get real results with Nutrisystem for Men.
You know, my wife told me I'm not as disgusting to her as I used to be.
Call or go online now to get 4 weeks of awesome food. Plus, through this special offer, you'll also get an extra week of hearty meals free.
Burgers, pizzas, lasagna, pot roast.
Eat like a man and still lose weight.
Our secret is the breakthrough science of the glycemic advantage that separates good carbs from bad. Now carbs are no longer off limits.
Nutrisystem worked for me. Trust me, it'll work for you.
About $10 a day gets you 4 full weeks of rib-sticking meals.
Pick up the phone and lose weight.
Order our 4-week men's program and get an extra 7 breakfasts, lunches, dinners, and desserts. A full week of food and a $70 value absolutely free. So call now.
Yeah, they're getting the ball inside. Arizona, UCLA starting to make things happen with some dribble penetration. And Arizona doing a good job getting execution off their high-low and getting the ball inside.
What can UCLA do about that?
Well, they got to really deny the ball a little bit more and put more pressure on the passer up on top. Trying to take away his vision in making that pass.
O'Bannon down low. Kick out for Edney.
Edney and really great quickness, but Stoudemire's got superb defensive quickness. What a good matchup. Got him a little one-on-one now. He's going to try to enter the box.
And they're going to get Zidek.
Yeah, Zidek gets called for an offensive foul trying to post inside. Zidek had 14 against Pittsburgh when he got some good playing time. Jimmy Herrick still thinks he's going to be a very good player in his second year from out of Czechoslovakia.
And apparently made just a quantum improvement between his freshman and sophomore seasons. Reggie Geary leaves, and he gave Lute some good minutes, too.
Well, he gave him some good defensive minutes, and now they go back with experience. Right now, Reeves against Dempsey should be an advantage right now. Arizona with experience. Mills trying to post against Tarver on the other side. I think I'd go to Mills against Tarver. I'd go to Mills against Tarver.
Reeves will back it out.
They're going to try and dump it down into Mills.
14 seconds. They'll play, of course, for the last shot. Penetration and the kick out. Bohannon makes it count.
Again, what does penetration do? It's unbelievable if you got great point guard play that can break the defense down.
But back the other way, Sean Tarver finishes it with a flourish for UCLA.
Superb strength, taking the ball in the lane, using that great body that he possesses. Lute Olson walking off the floor. Can't be happy with the way they played that defensively. Nobody stops the ball. See, somebody's got to stop the ball. You can't let him progress. There's that jump stop where you can utilize either pivot foot, gets into the lane, squares his body, knocks it down.
Well, it is another UCLA-Arizona game like just about every other one for the past 5 years. It's close, and I have an idea it'll stay that way.
Your home for the sweet science. ESPN Classic. The legendary rumbles. The modern classics.
Non-stop, relentless effort.
Where greatness always answers the bell. Boxing for fight fans. Classic Night at the Fights. Every weeknight at 8 Eastern, 9 Pacific. Only on ESPN Classic. Every Sunday morning. ESPN Classic is your place to see a replay of this week's best college basketball game. The ESPN Game of the Week on ESPN Classic.
Send me a big fella.
Thrillers.
That'll be on the highlight reel.
Story rivalries.
Oh, big time.
This week's Classic in the Making. The ESPN College Basketball Game of the Week presented by Quiznos. 9 a.m. Sundays only on ESPN Classic.
At the GNC Healthy New Year, Healthy New You sale, you'll save up to 50% on your favorite GNC Pro Performance Sports Nutrition products, including our high-quality 100% whey protein. The 6-pound tub is only $31.99. At GNC, we believe that a quality life starts from within. Live well.
Traffic ahead.
Incredible. You found a golf course near the conference. Awesome Chinese. Now you find me a way around traffic. I love you.
Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit lonely and you're never coming around.
Take Market Street exit.
You're right. We'll just keep it professional, you know?
Go everywhere, find everything. Fall hard for the new Where To GPS at Avis.
If you enjoy the warmth of a crackling fire, but hate the aches and pains of splitting wood by hand, I'd like to introduce you to the DR electric-powered wood splitter. A new, safer, easier, and far more enjoyable way to split wood. The DR wood splitter combines the convenience of electricity with the power of hydraulics to split the toughest logs up to 16 inches thick. The DR wood splitter is quiet and easy to use anywhere. And because there's no gas, oil, or fumes, you can even use it indoors in the comfort of your garage or basement. Seeing is believing. Send for our catalog to find out more.
Try out the DR electric wood splitter in your own home for 6 months risk-free. Call 1-800-470-3594. Winter savings are now in effect, so call 1-800-470-3594. Online at drwoodsplitter.com.
DR is professional power for homeowners.
Yeah, we got the shipment, you bet. That's the 3rd time he's called today.
Yeah, it's a good thing we got free incoming calls from Sprint. Saves us enough money to cover other costs.
Like?
Like your nephew.
That's a great plan.
Sprint has free incoming plans. Other national wireless carriers don't. Now buy one Sanyo 7000 and get 4 free. Visit sprint.com/business.
Sprint. Power up.
Barry Tompkins with Dick Vitale. We're back at Pauley Pavilion. 1-point game. The Wildcats lead the Bruins. And Dick, you really have the feeling the brass ring is still there to be taken.
Well, no doubt about it. I thought it was a great job, though, by Arizona getting the ball on the inside. On the other side, I thought that UCLA did a phenomenal job getting the ball to O'Bannon when he got hot. You talk about getting the ball inside. Arizona did a great job driving the ball to the interior. Here comes the diagonal pass, the lob. He's going to look across court. Geary throws it up, and there's the finisher, Mr. Blair. One diaper dandy to another. And then Geary made another excellent play. A 2-on-1 transition game. He throws the fundamental bounce pass, and it's finished off by Mr. Mills in very good rhythm. Mills had a great first half, 7 for 9. Ed O'Bannon with a little curl move to the foul line area, and he's going to drill the left-handed J. There he is, tickling the twine. A little MBN, nothing but nylon. O'Bannon says, I like it. Had 11 big ones at halftime.
And you can take a look at the turnovers. 11 turnovers for UCLA, and that cost them, but conversely, they're 4 out of 5 from three-point range. Arizona, we mentioned earlier, has not been out-rebounded the entire season. They're being out-rebounded tonight.
Look at the free throw line. 1 for 5 for Arizona, 6 for 13 UCLA. Unbelievable. We're seeing more and more of that across America at a lot of major schools.
Pretty grim, isn't it? Chris Mills, 14 points for Arizona. Stokes contributed 8 points, also had 5 boards. O'Bannon, the leading scorer, with 11. And Sean Tarver, a very quiet 9 points and 4 boards. Very consistent performance for him.
Yeah, he really did. He made that great play at the end of the half. That's like a momentum builder after Arizona came down and scored. One of the real reasons for that, no one stopped the progress of the basketball. You teach that from day one in your drills. Stop the ball.
Sean Tarver is one of those guys that you don't see him all night, and you look in the box score, and he's got 18, 19 points and 7 or 8 rebounds, and he's probably given up 4 or 5 assists as well.
He was a great 6th man when he came here as a freshman. Look at this, UCLA, 399 going for their 400 big one. John Wooden certainly got a few of those. The greatest coach of all time on the NCAA collegiate level.
And still a presence here at Pauley. Haven't seen him tonight. Mills missed the shot. Kept alive. Mills fights for it. UCLA finally gets it. Ed O'Bannon. Mitchell Butler took the baseline, got too far over.
Oh, wow.
Almost got it. He'll go to the line.
That would have been an impossible shot. Just great athletic ability. We talk about athletic ability. We talk about superb quickness. There's a change of direction. Nobody cuts off the baseline. And there's the reverse, the spin. Turns and faces the goal. 3 on Stokes now. That's a big foul on a big guy.
Early in the second half, and now Lute Olson's got a decision to make.
He has to make a decision whether he's going to go to one of the young kids like Blair or Bohannon and take out the experience. Lute's done a marvelous job on that sideline. Did a great job at Iowa in the 9 years he was there with the Hawkeyes. Had them in the Final Four in 1980.
Did a great job at Long Beach State prior to going to Iowa.
Yeah, I was there 1 year, 24-2, replaced Jerry Tarkanian. All right, right now, let's see the plan of Arizona. Trying to get a little ball movement. They're trying to get that high-low. UCLA, I'm sure, at halftime really worked in the locker room, trying to dissect and break that down for their players defensively.
2 guys who really were not there so much in the first half. Khalid Reeves about to inbound the ball, and Richard Petruska for UCLA.
Well, Reeves went to the sideline early. Didn't have a whole lot of playing time.
Stoudemire, penetration. O's missed the shot. Second try, Stokes, hammered by Petruska.
Good steal on the inside. O's got 3 fouls, almost got called for his 4th.
And that's the 3rd foul on Petruska. So both centers now with 3 fouls.
There's the penetration. Great things happen with dribble penetration. There's the dump inside. O's comes a little bit short. Could have been called for his 4th there with a bump. Ball is loose, and Stokes comes up with it and is fouled.
1 for 6 at the line for the Wildcats.
That's atrocious. Today, Lute Olson was telling me he really feels, and I've said this time and time again, that the late start of practice takes away from you really spending time on special situations. And guys just don't have time to shoot as many free throws as they've done in the past.
Tied at 42. You're absolutely right, though. That seems to be epidemic all over the country.
Good steal.
Stoudemire, penetration, give it up to Stokes. Might have gotten away with a travel there.
I'll tell you, that's a great gift when you have a guy that can break defenses down.
Tarver missed the shot. Petruska controlled it. O'Bannon underneath, swatted away by Mills nicely. Tarver gets it back. Tarver jump stop, short with the shot, and Stokes clears.
I just got tapped on the head by a guy named AP, Anthony Peeler. He's doing well with the Lakers.
Very well, not a bad college player. There's some questions about him, too. Tarver pulls up short with the left hand again, swatted out of bounds, UCLA ball.
Bad shots. We're seeing some bad shots. The great teams, the one thing about great teams, they consistently take good shots. Shot selection is so important. That's why year in and year out, North Carolina, Duke, Kansas, Indiana. Right now we're seeing some poor execution shooting the basketball by both clubs. They're to go into that 2-3 zone, a little matchup. They like to usually play that out of a 1-1-3. First time we've seen that tonight. Changing the look. Last year, UCLA had great perimeter shooters.
Petruska hammered. Was it Stokes? Yes, that's 4. And now Lute, I'm sure, will have to get him out of it.
Well, he gambled, decided to play the big guy, and the big guy comes up with the 4th out of the zone where you think you're protecting him. That's a tough play right there with him going to the sideline. Blair's going to have to really deliver the freshman. Petruska takes it right at him. See, the one thing with UCLA now, I think the zone could be a little bit effective against UCLA. They don't possess the kind of perimeter shooters they did when they had McLean on the floor last year, and certainly Tracy Murray.
UCLA now 8 of 16 at the free throw line.
Oh, he just threw O'Bannon to the deck.
That was a full takedown, wasn't it? That wins you a match in wrestling. That's incredible.
Little Hulk Hogan. Speed galore right here in the backcourt.
Reeves put it on the floor, took it to the basket, just like that.
Pretty good speed, but a poor job defensively. It's one thing for him to beat his man, but no one rotated over to close off the driving angle.
Arizona by 3, 17:48 remaining.
Oh, a little showbiz right there, maybe a little too much.
O'Bannon traveled, took the extra step.
You saw that opening to the baseline, got a little excited, lifted the pivot foot.
You can see the turnovers, 13 for UCLA, just 6 for Arizona.
A little better than 2-1. His first game in the league, Pac-10. This is a big matchup. Great way to start if you can especially steal one on a road like this if you're Arizona.
Everybody in the Pac-10 feels you have to win everything at home.
And steal some away from home. I think clearly these are the 2 best teams in the Pac-10.
Stoudemire the jumper. And Blair with a nice effort underneath.
Blair really making himself available on the inside. A big space eater, good wide body. Nice defensive anticipation by Reeves. Over dribbling the basketball, turns it over.
Yeah, he reached one time too many.
Bud Olson's got a dynamite staff. Tony McAndrews, a former head coach. Jesse Evans does a superb job on that staff as well. Oh, what a great quick move. What a superb quick move. Lowers the shoulders, seals the defensive player off. He's got the great first step. That first step really gives him that real explosiveness to the basket. Here's O'Bannon now. Watch the first step. There's that long stride. Oh, great step to the goal.
And Mills turned the wrong way, and O'Bannon will go to the free throw line. 48-45 Arizona, just under 17 minutes remaining.
Eddie O'Bannon has really arrived. He's back full force.
Got a lane violation.
That's just poor play. Major college, you got to think. You can't just make those things happen. Cost your club in these close games. Focus, focus. Got to think on that core.
4th turnover for Petruska. Reeves for 3. His second.
He does it in spurts. He really does. He's a streaky player.
O'Bannon underneath. Might have been too far underneath, but got it to go anyway.
Is there any doubt that he's arrived? Any doubt that Eddie O'Bannon's back? Had a big game on the road against Georgia. 23 points, 12 rebounds. Arizona trying to get that good patience, a lot of poise. Looking for a high percentage shot. A lot of discipline. It's been a trademark of Lute Olson's clubs. Good defense and discipline.
Stoudemire moving without the ball to the basket.
Great call, Barry. Excellent move without the ball. One of the lost arts among many kids. Everybody wants to pound it to the deck.
O'Bannon the other way for 3.
Eddie O'Bannon, baby. Put it down. Eddie O'Bannon is back. Big time style. Inside, outside.
18 for O'Bannon.
What a great matchup. All you people on the East, don't get any sleep. Watch this, baby.
This game is worth staying up for. And it always is. Mills is open. Missed the shot. O's follows. Somebody forgot to block him out, but he missed the shot, and O'Bannon cleared.
And O'Bannon doing it all. Rebounding, scoring.
Edney is left for 3. And Reeves runs it down nicely. But an errant pass by Reeves, and UCLA has it. Tarver. I think they might have gotten Reeves reaching in. And that was just a bit of over-aggression for Reeves, who was mad at himself for the bad pass. We got a timeout. 15-14 remaining in the ballgame. Arizona continues to cling to a 3-point lead. It's the Wildcats 53, the Bruins 50. Back to Paulie after this.
It is rude and insincere to tell a man he just dunked it. What kind of dunk was it? You got the windmill, the waffle cone, the Moroccan princess, the cranky ballet, and oh! Now right there, that's the two-fisted, triple-pumping, intercontinental rim wreck and double dunk. Call it what it is, and give that man some respect. NBA Street, on court, rated E for everyone.
Excessive high-fiving, unusually long hugs, and the perma-smile. These are the signs of UBID euphoria. Yes, people everywhere are heading to ubid.com. They're bidding, they're winning, they're getting great deals on brand name home electronics, computers, and more. All without worry, because ubid.com guarantees 100% fraud-free auctions. It's a safer way to save. So get up, go to ubid.com. Auctions are happening right this second, starting as low as $1, or buy it now. ubid.com. Brand names, incredible deals, no worries. It can cause quite a celebration. Indeed. UBid Euphoria. Discover it at Save Big, Save Safe.
Every Saturday night at 8, Classic Ringside. Studio host Brian Kenny, Bert Sugar, and boxing experts reveal the real story behind the greatest fights.
Down goes Frazier!
And fighters of all time.
We are going to do this one more time.
Next up, Little Big Man. These guys packed a punch.
The smaller guys actually had advantages because their skills were better.
Classic Ringside, 8 p.m. Saturday, only on ESPN Classic.
Here you go, sweetie.
Chocolate pudding, please.
We don't have any.
What is with these people? I don't know, Duke boy.
We're on campus. College Game Day, driven by State Farm. Saturdays, 11 a.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern, only on ESPN.
Would you like to double, triple, or even quadruple your income and eliminate your credit card debt?
I make $5,000 a month in residual income.
Income is at a six-figure income. We'll be making over $8,000 a month this month.
Our first month, we made over $3,000 right out of the gate.
Thousands of people are getting started by requesting a free DVD that shows them the way to financial freedom. Like Trina, a soccer mom who started her home-based business part-time and with the help of a mentor made $30,000 the first year and $130,000 the next. Or Brandy, who has now become financially secure and is living the American dream.
The free DVD really opened my eyes.
We made over $18,000 last month.
And there's no experience necessary. Our DVD shows how a mentor works with you to assure your success.
Go to 4getmoney.com and get started today and respond now while this is still a free service. Go to 4getmoney.com. That's 4getmoney.com. 4getmoney.com.
Well, Dick, I said I hadn't seen the Wizard, and there he is right there, John Wooden. And I'll tell you what, in these parts, he casts a long, long shadow.
Oh, it's so beautiful to see him. There's no question. His success has really been a dilemma. You know, Jimmy Herrick is the 6th coach since John Wooden stepped down in '75. We look graphically what he's done here as a coach. Last year, the Elite 8, 16-2. He also was in the Pac-10. But more than that, his players have graduated. And today, everywhere you go, nothing but heat about the fact whether or not he should get an extension after his contract comes up in 1 year, and he wants one now. I was on a talk show today on KMPC, and that's the flagship station out here, and the guy, Joe McDonough, one of the hosts, he was like saying he doesn't know if he'd give him an extension. I couldn't believe it.
Well, especially if he wants to go out and recruit.
Oh, nice look over the top. Great catch. Great catch by Chris Mills. Just to put a final line to that story, Jimmy Herrick has earned the right to have an extension. If you don't earn that with what he's achieved, then what is the use coaching? It's unbelievable.
Butler stepped in and missed the gimme basket. Gets it back, though. Edney for 3. And Tarver will have a 3rd try. And gets it counted. He'll go to the line.
He is such a strong offensive rebounder at 6'5½". He's got the great bounce off the legs. The bench stands up and cheers. Carver can't get inside with their trees and come up with this rebound. Somebody's got to put a body on him. Blair's got to use his body on the inside. Mills has got to get to the interior. 42, a late arriving.
So Tarver trying to convert the 3-point play and make it a 2-point game again. And does.
Arizona's always had an answer when UCLA's made their little run.
UCLA has never led by more than 3. Arizona had a 7-point lead early in the game.
UCLA trying to go to a little like 3-quarter trap. Showed a little formation like they were going to get into a trap. And if that happens, you got to post somebody in the middle of the floor and look opposite from where the trap is.
Arizona right now with 3 freshmen and a sophomore on the floor.
They're one of the top recruiting classes in America last year.
Stepping in front of nicely. Edney and Stoudemire. Stoudemire bumped him. They're going to say it's just out of bounds to UCLA. I don't think they're going to whistle Stoudemire.
I'd like to see a race between these two little guys. I'd like to see them line up. I was having a blast with them today at midcourt. The two of them talking. They played together in California. There they are racing after the basketball. They played in the summer league together. There's a little bump. Good no call.
I was watching you talk to those. It's the first time I've ever seen you be taller than 2 basketball players that you're talking to. Nice move underneath. Oh, Bannon. Oh, they gave it to Petruska.
No,
beg your pardon.
Petruska on a baseline. Made a good drop step move. They're denying the ball of Mills. Butler trying to keep the ball out of Mills' hands here after the big first half.
Stoudemire for 3. There's the answer.
Damon Stoudemire getting a lot of playing time at that point guard slot. Last year, Matt Arthur had that leader's role. They miss Arthur, and they certainly miss Womack and Rooks.
Womack playing in Europe, and Rooks, of course, playing in Dallas.
Playing with Dallas. What a joke. What an unbelievable mess out in Dallas. They couldn't beat Duke.
Petruska, nice shot. The leader counted.
As Petruska getting the ball inside. Got that little jump hook in the lane. You know, Rooks gave him real big-time scoring on the inside. There's the staff huddling up. Petruska starting to make himself available inside. Gets good post position, spreads his body. He's got a nice touch. There's the good entry, the good bounce pass to the box. Mills rotates over to try and give some help, but a little bit late.
Strong player.
Coming off that big game against Houston. They have a good inside player, Outlaw, down at Houston, and they said this guy played really super. 22 points, 12 rebounds.
Tied again at 58. 4th tie. 13:28 remaining.
See, here's where Mills has got to really assert himself now as the leader of the pack, the guy with all the experience.
Stoudemire, wrap around pass to Mills for the jam.
There we go, right to Mr. Mills, and he delivers the rock, baby. Little 2-man play, Stoudemire and Mills.
Mills with 18, O'Bannon with 18. Grab foul call on Gary reaching in.
Stars are really rising in a big game, Mills and O'Bannon. Spotlight on them, the big camera, and they love it. Now here's the breakdown of the defense. Split the defense, you drive, you draw, you dish. The 3D man delivers the rock, and he scores.
Look at the team fouls. Arizona in big problems. UCLA with an opportunity to take a couple of chances defensively here. Just 1 team foul against the Bruins.
Dude Olson, doesn't he ever mess up a hair? I can't believe it.
Never.
How a guy can be that good looking.
He uses industrial strength spray.
Wow. I must try it. I ought to try his spray. Arizona's got 13 field goals off that baseline. Our able stat man, Dennis, laying it on us.
The best, Dennis Mnuchin.
And he's become a 40-minute player. I mean, he's been a guy on the floor consistently. He's the one guy they cannot afford to lose. They don't have ample help there at the point guard slot. UCLA comes out of their man-to-man, goes to a 2-3 zone.
Stoudemire has to recognize and does.
Get into the gap, get into the seam, find a hole in the zone. Skip pass sometimes really works very effectively. Mills really shooting the ball well from the perimeter this year, better than 50% from three-point range.
Stoudemire penetration almost traveled, and Blair, or rather Mills, gets the fortuitous pass from Stoudemire. Both teams right at the moment playing a little bit smaller, with O'Bannon
playing a little quicker, playing a little more with quickness. A lot of young players on that floor. McLean and Tarver. Tarver's got a lot of experience on him. He's trying to take advantage of that experience. Good call by going to him, but McLean really bodies up on him well.
Did a good job.
Yeah, did a good job in post defense down inside.
Nice cross-court pass to the cutter. Try to give it up to McLean for the jumper. Did everything right except make the basket.
Good hustle, though, by McLean.
And a nice give, except Bohannon is picked clean by Butler. Good defense at both ends. Here's Tarver. Leans in, can't get it, draws the foul.
Offensive foul on Tarver with the charge. For years, Arizona's done a great job rotating defensively, squaring their body, getting charges. There's the loose ball, going to pop to the baseline. UCLA's going to come up with the loose ball. Butler's going to look down court. He's going to spot Tarver. Here goes Tarver. He wants to go to the goal. Arizona comes rotating over it. There's the charge.
Stoudemire drawing it nicely. 11:47 remaining, 2-point lead Arizona. It's 62-60 Wildcats. Back to Paulie after this.
are we wearing these outfits?
I thought we should practice our Irish step dancing to celebrate the St. Patrick's Day season.
We're cooking now.
Ow! Maybe all we need for St. Patrick's Day is our Guinness.
Ouch! All we need is Guinness. Brilliant!
Brilliant!
Enjoy Guinness Draft responsibly during the St. Patrick's Day season.
Traffic ahead.
Incredible. You found a golf course near the conference. Awesome Chinese. Now you find me a way around traffic. I love you.
Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit lonely and you're never coming around.
Take Market Street exit.
You're right. We'll just keep it professional, you know?
Go everywhere, find everything. Fall hard for the new Wear 2 GPS at Avis.
At one time or another, we all want to change the world in which we live. Make it a better place. Introducing the new ITT Tech School of Criminal Justice. At ITT Tech, we now teach the fundamentals of the criminal justice system, along with the technology to help respond to and prevent crime. With a degree in criminal justice, you can pursue various career opportunities like surveillance, casework, and security. Technology is a powerful tool, but it's the people behind it who make the difference. ITT Technical Institute School of Criminal Justice. Education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-942-0099 or visit us on the web.
Every Sunday morning, ESPN Classic is your place to see a replay of this week's best college basketball game. The ESPN Game of the Week on ESPN Classic.
Big fella.
Thrillers.
That'll be on a highlight reel.
Storied rivalries.
Oh, big time.
This week's Classic in the Making. The ESPN College Basketball Game of the Week presented by Quiznos. 9 a.m. Sundays only on ESPN Classic. Every Saturday night at 8. Classic ringside.
I shook up the world!
Studio host Brian Kenny, Bert Sugar, and boxing experts reveal the real story behind the greatest fights.
Down goes Frazier!
And fighters of all time.
We are going to do this one more time.
Next up, Little Big Man. These guys packed a punch.
The smaller guys actually had advantages because their skills were better.
Classic ringside, 8 p.m. Saturday, only on ESPN Classic.
UNLV 94.
What is the 2-2-1?
Edney with the great anticipation. They get it ahead to Dempsey.
Really alert. Edney really alert. Leads him into that area. Like a defensive back goes up and snares it.
Down low to Petruska. Turn around, left-hander goes.
What he's doing really well tonight, Barry, he's establishing post position in deep as opposed to just rotating and coming out to the perimeter.
Got 8 points in the second half. Remember, we mentioned he was invisible in the first half. Well, they got a wake-up call.
Mills is 16 for 28 this year thus far from three-point range. He's certainly going to be a top 10 selection.
Bohannon fouled, kick ball.
You know,
no foul.
Very, very thin senior class. If you just look at the seniors right now, he's got to be in the top 5. You got to go with Houston and Chaney and certainly with Hurley and Terry DeHare, and I'd have Mills right there. But there'll be some underclassmen. Anthony Hardaway.
The lob, Mills came down with it and put it in.
Just a great look. That shouldn't happen. Your defense has got to be able to see ball you man, and has got to be able to rotate to the basketball. They shouldn't be allowed to get that easily, just flipping it over to defense. Michigan have big win tonight over Purdue. Robinson and Weber, they'll have that matchup for many, many a year on a collegiate and then on the NBA level. 2 great ones. Long Beach State, big news with that win.
A very good win, as you said, for Seth Greenberg.
Dallas lost again. They will not win 10 games this year. The Mavericks will not win 10. There's the lob over the top. Good hands by Mills. Great catch. What a lineup Richie Atabato's got to work with. It's unbelievable. But Sean Rooks, former Arizona guy, is getting a lot of playing time.
O'Bannon, you see his line, 4 of 7 at the free throw line for Ed.
Only has 3 rebounds. He normally rebounds a heck of a lot better than that. They are so pleased with him. What a great attitude. You're around talking to this guy. Academically, he's got it together, made the honor roll, the athletic director's honor roll, which means you have to have a 3.0 or better. 5 of their 12 players made it.
Zedek, Butler, David Boyle, who was given a scholarship, incidentally, was a walk-on. O'Bannon and Ike Nwankwo, who was on a medical redshirt year.
See, good move by Mills, posting up to the middle now, and then the wings should be open. See, he draws people to him, then the sideline will be open.
10 seconds.
Playing with the basketball. Drifting, not moving the ball across the court. He's going to make a coaching change in the backcourt. He's got to be upset with that kind of play.
He will hurry Stoudemire back into the ballgame. Arizona's really bothered by the UCLA defense.
Well, they're bothered without Stoudemire on the floor, and UCLA's bothered without Edney. Those are guys that are invaluable. Who says you have to be a giant to play this game? Every team needs that catalyst, that little guy to make things happen.
Dempsey, who had 6 points in the first half off the bench for UCLA. Nice lob from Butler to Petruska. Missed a shot, though. O'Bannon with 2 follows. One was just a little better than the other.
Well, he does it with the left hand. It doesn't go down, and then he uses the right hand with the fingertips, which gives him the touch. So you can't put your head down. Got to catch and face. You got to catch the ball and face.
Stoudemire open for 3. Missed that one. McClain runs it down and saves it for Mills.
This is a big possession for Arizona. They got to convert here.
Stoudemire, the nice play to McClain.
Is he doing a phenomenal job breaking the defenses down? Stoudemire.
Tied at 66.
He's really playing exceptionally well with the basketball.
Mentioned earlier, Luke just loves his work ethic. Says it's infectious. Another play where Stoudemire steps in front defensively. Khalid Reeves. And a rebound, Petruska.
Petruska really a godsend when you think about it as a transfer, because without him, they'd be hurting on the interior, especially after losing Tracy Murray. They run the UCLA high post right now. Down screen, get a little vertical screen, trying to get O'Bannon sitting in the post. Oh, what a strip job by Stoudemire.
Last 2 times down, Stoudemire.
And does a great job, just lays on the glass, no 360 spins, hanging, going wild and wacky.
Playing a great game. Stoudemire just having a big, big game here.
Oh, it's a super game for the first time. Pac-10 action. 2 of the heavyweights of the league going head-to-head. Screening across the lane. Running some horizontal screens. But they're playing tough on O'Bannon right now. Blair really laying a body on this, switching a lot on the inside. You usually break the defense down if you make 5-6 passes.
There's that quick move that you spoke of with O'Bannon. He was just around Blair before he knew.
Did you see that quick drop step? And he's an emotional player. He really plays with a lot of heart.
McClain at the other end.
Chris Mills has a little tendency to stand around a little bit offensively. You know, and drift and not really move exceptionally quick.
Reeves got into the paint that time for the easy deuce.
I'll tell you, Reeves can be a big-time scorer. He's just got to turn it up a notch in terms of his intensity.
2-point lead, Arizona. 7:35 remaining. O'Bannon, incidentally, has already reached his career high, equaled it. He had 24 against Georgia earlier this year.
This is the kind of game you want. This is the kind of game you expect between these clubs. They've been going at this for the last 3-4 years like this.
Petruska too hard with the left hand.
Here they go.
3 on 2. Stoudemire, nice pass to Reeves to the basket, won't go. McClain back for Reeves, going to get a foul, and it's going to go against McClain.
What a tremendous pass by Stoudemire. What a great bounce pass. Reeves made the good catch, just got some tough luck as he kissed it on the glass. Look at that bounce pass. Left-handed bounce pass, get the good angle. You figure this is going to be routine, just a little too much spin on a layup. Over the top after the shot by McClain.
Little 4-point swing potentially here.
Big swing, you're right. 4 big points. Instead of being up by 4 right now, you can have a tie basketball game.
Tyus Edney, you see his comparison last year to this year?
He had a good game against Arizona last year. 12 points off the bench. Really played exceptionally well.
He really has been the catalyst for this team this year.
Oh, he's been their MVP if you had to look for an MVP right now to this point of the season. They've overachieved as far as I'm concerned when you look at their factor of what they're getting from the bench. They have a good starting unit, and they get the maximum out of it.
Edney converts them both. We're tied yet another time at 70. 7:14 remaining. Don't go away.
Your home for the sweet science. ESPN Classic. The legendary rumbles. The modern classics.
Relentless effort.
Where greatness always answers the bell. Boxing for fight fans. Classic Night at the Fights. Every weeknight at 8 Eastern, 9 Pacific. Only on ESPN Classic. Every Sunday morning. ESPN Classic is your place to see a replay of this week's best college basketball game. The ESPN Game of the Week on ESPN Classic.
Big fella.
Thrillers.
That'll be on the highlight reel.
Storied rivalries.
Oh, big time.
This week's Classic in the Making. The ESPN College Basketball Game of the Week presented by Quiznos. 9 a.m. Sundays only on ESPN Classic.
Hey, baby.
Hey, what's up?
Nothing much. Just wanted to talk to the most beautiful girl in the world, that's all.
That's sweet.
It's true.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just nice to know that I'm the only man in your world. I am the only man in your world, right? Baby?
Switch to Singular with the fewest dropped calls.
Maybe is it Earl?
Plus, buy an ultra-thin Samsung camera phone for only $19.99. Singular is now the new AT&T. Your world delivered.
Can you really get a $150,000 mortgage for $450 a month? Now you can, with the new Secure Advantage loan, exclusively from Quicken Loans. Nothing cuts your payment like Secure Advantage, the loan that gives you the advantage of choosing an incredibly low payment month after month.
Quicken Loans is allowing us to do a lot of different things we weren't able to do before.
We saved about $4,000 a year.
Quicken Loans is fast, friendly, and we saved a lot of money.
With the Secure Advantage loan, you could cut your payment by over 50%. Take a look. The traditional payment on a $150,000 mortgage at 7% interest is $1,000. But with the new Secure Advantage mortgage only from Quicken Loans, you can select a payment of just $450 a month. That's a difference of $6,600 a year. Isn't that worth a few minutes on the phone?
Make that call.
Whether you're buying or refinancing, Secure Advantage can be a great tool to lower your payment and increase your cash flow by thousands a year. That means you'll have more cash on hand to save, remodel your home, pay off credit cards, or whatever you need. Call toll-free now while rates are still low and ask how Quicken Loans can help you lower your payment by over 50%.
We saved really hundreds of dollars a month. And that means a lot, especially when you have kids away at school.
You want to get more for your money, and that's what I got.
No matter what your loan amount, Secure Advantage can make a huge difference in your payment. Whether your mortgage is $200,000, $300,000, even $500,000, your payment can be lower than you ever imagined. Call now to see how Secure Advantage could cut your payment by over 50%, whether you're buying a new home or refinancing. Quicken Loans makes it fast and easy. You can get approved over the phone and close right in your home. If a $150,000 mortgage for only $450 a month sounds good to you, if you'd like to increase your cash flow by thousands of dollars a year, call now and ask about the new Secure Advantage loan. Quicken Loans, America's home loan experts.
Imagine getting a 4-star hotel at a 2-star price. You can at Hotwire.com. How do we do it? When 3- and 4-star hotels have unsold rooms, they use Hotwire to fill them, so you get them at prices lower than any other travel site. Guaranteed. Like 4 stars in San Francisco. Travelocity price $219. Hotwire price just $102. Why risk paying more when Hotwire gets you unsold rooms at deep discounts? Save big at Hotwire.com. 4-star hotels, 2-star prices.
HOTWIRE, Hotwire.com.
Here's the storyline of this basketball game. Inside points, Arizona 54-20. Mills consistent 22 for UCLA. They've been keeping themselves in it on the perimeter, but Ed O'Bannon really has been the difference.
Well, he's done a tremendous job inside. He posts up really well. He knows how to sit in a post. Watch Ed O'Bannon right now, number 31. He's going to get down low in a post. He's going to sit down deep. There he is now, and he's showing a hand to the baseline. He wants the ball to the baseline. Now watch this move. Freeze it. Now look at this right here. He's got Blair to the inside. It's over. He's on the interior. He's got him sealed off. He squares his body, comes back strong. That's what you want to do. Once you get inside, you want to square your body to the baseline. You want to get parallel with that baseline.
So tied at 70, Reeves lost his man and floated it in, and now Reeves is getting a call here.
Well, he did that against Rick Majerus' team, Utah, who played exceptionally well in that first half, and then all of a sudden Reeves and O's gave him a great lift. There's the 1-1-3 matchup that they've played for a number of years. The reason it's a 1-1, see the two guards get in a tandem, and the back guard usually goes out to the first pass to the wing. Lute Olson does a great job changing defenses. Good coaching move. I think it's a good move right here.
Stoudemire got a hand on the ball, but Edney made him pay.
You know, Edney's so smart, such a heady player. I thought it was a great move, but he really deflated that by getting right into the gap and getting a 12-footer against the zone.
Ed Stokes back in the ball game for Lute Olson now, playing with 4 fouls, remember. And got a grab foul on Edney from behind.
Well, you go down to what we call right now crunch time, winning time, mailbox time. I mean, this gets down to the real time. One coach walks out on cloud 9. The other guy is a nervous wreck.
Now, do you try to get it down low on the offensive end if you're Jim Herrick and try to force Stokes to make a defensive play?
I would try to get into O'Bannon. I really think he's almost unstoppable down on a baseline.
Stokes sat for 12 minutes. We'll give and go that time. Stoudemire got in the air, found Stokes. Open is Mills for 3.
Can't allow him to shoot the 3. He's been shooting it all year. Too easy. He got open right there. 16 for 28 coming into this game from three-point land.
25 points for Mills in this ball game. Can he play?
See, there's the 1-1-3, and now the back guy goes out to the wing. They're going to force them to try to shoot the ball from deep, trying to keep the ball from the inside. The guys that could hurt him now. Tarver's really a pretty good wing shooter.
Nice look from Edney that time, and O's fouled O'Bannon before he could get in the air, but O'Bannon will go to the free throw line. 4th foul on Ray O's also, so 2 starters with 4 fouls for Arizona. A reminder that Big Monday next week, Syracuse, number 21 in the country, against number 7 seed DeHall. That gets us underway at 7:30 Eastern time. Then we go out to the Big 8, where it'll be Kansas and Oklahoma. Oklahoma with an almost game that you did earlier this week. And then I'll be in Las Vegas for Missouri and UNLV, a loser for the first time in 29 games tonight. That's at midnight.
Going to be interesting to see down at UNLV how the fans respond if they come out and still support that team. Missouri gets their 600 for Mr. Norm Stewart. Also, Bobby Knight. We got to say congratulations to those guys getting in the 600 mark. Big, bad, beautiful Monday. Tonight, terrific Thursday.
And it has been.
If anybody went to sleep, Barry, eat their heart out, baby. This has been a great one.
Been exactly as advertised. Petruska fought for the rebound, and who gets it? The little guy. Stoudemire comes away.
Oh, great decision. See that? Last year, he might have forced the action and turned that over. A year's experience, he brings the ball back out.
You mentioned the discipline of the Arizona team. They're showing it again here.
You got to have some poise, trying to get the ball down inside. There's that high-low again.
Perfect execution.
Poise. Usually if you make 4 or 5 passes, you reverse the basketball, bring it from one side to the other, you'll break the defense down.
Butler got in, got it up over Stokes. Stokes did very well that time. He just spooked Butler enough.
Well, they can protect him in that zone, playing that 3-second area, uses great size to alter shots. I think it was a great coaching move by Olson going to that zone.
Well, as you said, it protects the big guy. Stokes playing with 4 fouls, remember, and so is O's.
And it really takes away some of the strength of UCLA, the great athletic ability and one-on-one ability of a lot of their players.
And on the offensive end, use a little of the clock. Good quick hands by Stoudemire in the penetration, leaves it for Stokes. And O'Bannon tied him up nicely, and UCLA is going to get it on the arrow. An empty possession for Arizona when they had a chance to at least equal their biggest lead of the night.
See, Eddie Stokes now really feeling a little sorry for himself, walking up the court very, his head down. He's got to get a spark. 4:12 left in this game, 4:13. Can't worry about mistakes, just got to play.
77-72, Arizona leads by 5, but UCLA has the ball when we come back right after this.
The Indianapolis Colts have won their first Super Bowl.
He scores, touchdown.
Relive all the thrills with Sports Illustrated and this must-have NFL Films DVD, the Indianapolis Colts Super Bowl 41 champions. Plus, this hardcover commemorative book captures the Colts' incredible season through SI's famous writing and photography. Go to SIIndieoffer.com or call now to get both free with your paid subscription to SI. 56 issues for only $1.75 an issue. Save over 55% off the cover price. Use your credit card and get this collectible football honoring the champion Colts. Designed exclusively for Sports Illustrated, it features scores from the entire season and includes a display stand and certificate of authenticity. Celebrate the Colts' unforgettable victory with the official Super Bowl DVD, the SI commemorative book, and the exclusive football. This limited championship package is only available from Sports Illustrated. Go to SIIndieoffer.com or call right now.
Uh-oh. Think fast. Think fast. Pause. Think fast. So anyway, which one of you wants the ball? Oh, sight. Think fast. Oh. School's out.
Fathead, are you fan enough? Every Saturday night at 8, Classic Ringside.
I shook up the world!
Studio hosts Brian Kenny, Bert Sugar, and boxing experts reveal the real story behind the greatest fights.
Down goes Frazier!
And fighters of all time.
We are going to do this one more time.
Next up, Little Big Man. These guys packed a punch.
The smaller guys actually had advantages because their skills were better.
Classic Ringside, 8 p.m. Saturday, only on ESPN Classic.
Also, the following items are prohibited in the dorms: animals of any kind, halogen lamps, and toaster ovens. Any questions? Yes, Riche.
Reese, we're gonna have mascots, coaches, players, and thousands of screaming fans over. Is that a problem?
Will they have toaster ovens?
No.
Then just mind the quiet hours.
We're on campus. College Game Day, driven by State Farm. Saturdays, 11 a.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern, only on ESPN.
Hey, these guys joined my team and lost weight.
Mike Golick, 51 pounds. Sean Salisbury, 35 pounds.
Scott Conover, 100 pounds.
Hey, Marino, I lost 32 pounds.
Get real results with Nutrisystem for Men.
You know, my wife told me I'm not as disgusting to her as I used to be.
Call or go online now to get 4 weeks of awesome food. Plus, through this special offer, you'll also get an extra week of hearty meals free.
Burgers, pizzas, lasagna, pot roast.
Eat like a man and still lose weight.
Our secret is the breakthrough science of the glycemic advantage that separates good carbs from bad. Now carbs are no longer off limits.
Nutrisystem worked for me. Trust me, it'll work for you.
About $10 a day gets you 4 full weeks of rib-sticking meals.
Pick up the phone and lose weight.
Order our 4-week men's program and get an extra 7 breakfasts, lunches, dinners, and desserts. A full week of food and a $70 value absolutely free. So call now.
There's that zone defense again, matching up. Got to try to overload against it.
Tarver stepped in, floated it up. Won't go. High for the rebound O's.
They're only getting one shot because those people on the inside are forming a triangle rebounding.
Nice pass to Stokes. No basket. Foul before the basket on Petruska. Since Stokes has come back into the lineup after sitting for 12 minutes, Arizona's on a 7-2 run.
Well, I think that zone defense really correlated with his arrival. There's the throw up on top. Stoudemire really loves throwing that lob. And they get up the floor.
Interesting, too, we were talking to Lute Olson earlier today about whether or not he was going to show that defense, and show was the operable word. He said, well, we'll show it to him, but we're not going to use it too much, and here it is. Conceivably could win the game for him.
Yeah, I think it was a great coaching move going to it. And I think he also, as he pointed out today, he said, I might use it. I haven't used it a great deal this year, but I may use it against them because they don't possess the great shooters like they did last year with McLean and Murray.
Petruska will leave with his 5th personal foul.
That's a big loss. Now they got to go to Zimmerman, and Zimmerman will give him some defense, but he can't score on the inside like Petruska can. He's had some good moments, though. He's played some really solid minutes, Zimmerman, in terms of blocking shots and rebounding.
And Edney steps in front of the inbounds pass. Big play by Tyus Edney. Give it up on the wing to O'Bannon, and O'Bannon will kick out for Butler.
Well, good job by Arizona to cut off the sure layup.
Once again, they will always give Mitchell Butler that shot. Let him beat you with that. Edney for three.
I'll tell you, he is really a good shooter, good penetrator. That's all they're getting, though, against the zone. They're going to have to knock down that perimeter shot.
And it is a two-point game with 3:05 remaining.
You got to like Tyus Edney. The little guy really comes to play on both ends of the floor.
Both little guys, Stoudemire and Edney, been brilliant in this game.
They are stars. Stokes wants the ball down inside.
Stoudemire drew the man to him.
Always looking to break the defense down.
Jump stop, give it up on the wing to Rose for the basket.
What a great pass. What a creator. Little Michelangelo. He's an order set work, the little guy.
4-point Arizona lead, 2:33 remaining.
Each possession right now, special situations, making free throws and handling the ball with each possession and getting a good shot and making sure your top options are shooting the ball.
Staying in that zone.
I'd stay in it too. As long as I got the lead, I'd stay in it. Let them have to use some clock. See, the zone makes you use some time as well.
O'Bannon will take the three and get it.
What a big-time shot by Eddie O'Bannon. Steps out to the perimeter, knocks down the three. They've answered the zone now with 2 threes by Edney and O'Bannon.
And it brings the crowd alive, too. Crowd has not been in this game too much, but they are now.
They drift in and out, but they're here now. We go down to the wire. Oh, could have been an illegal screen by Stokes, a little moving screen. Trying to set that high post screen.
Lute Olson wants a timeout, but his players don't see him. Lob almost too tall for Mills.
Stepped on a line.
Empty possession for Arizona.
Stepped on a line. I'd get a TO right now if I'm Lute. He gets the TO, baby.
I think he got it a little later than he would have wanted it, though. 1:31 remaining. UCLA will have the ball, trailing by 1. It's 79-78, Arizona.
Wow, wow.
Traffic ahead.
Incredible. You found a golf course near the conference. Awesome Chinese. Now you find me a way around traffic. I love you.
Every now and then I get a little bit lonely and you're never coming around.
Take Market Street exit.
You're right. We'll just keep it professional, you know?
Go everywhere, find everything. Fall hard for the new Wear 2 GPS at Avis.
Can a multivitamin help you feel physically and mentally energized all day?
Is that possible?
With new One-A-Day All-Day Energy, it is. It's the only complete multivitamin with both high levels of B vitamins and an extended-release guarana blend to help you feel energized all day. One-A-Day.
Matt Risley is all about motorcycles, riding them, talking about them, working on them. Matt is a professional motorcycle technician, and life is good.
I love it. I absolutely love what I do.
Matt is living his dream. You can too, with training from Motorcycle Mechanics Institute. In as little as 1 year, you could be earning a great living, doing what you love to do.
They taught me all the basic skills to get into the business.
And at MMI, our industry relationships mean you'll train on the bikes you love to ride. Honda, Kawasaki, Suzuki, Yamaha, Harley-Davidson. By learning on today's motorcycles with industry-specific diagnostic equipment, you'll be in high demand after you graduate.
Life with me is cool right now. I've got lots of awesome toys and a job I really like.
Are you ready to live your dream? Call right now to receive a free information kit. Start your new career today. Motorcycle Mechanics Institute.
Yeah, we got the shipment. You bet. That's the 3rd time he's called today.
Yeah, it's a good thing we got free incoming calls from Sprint. Saves us enough money to cover other costs.
Like
your nephew.
That's a great plan.
Sprint has free incoming plans. Other national wireless carriers don't. Now buy one Sanyo 7000 and get 4 free. Visit sprint.com/business.
Sprint. Power up.
Your home for the sweet science. ESPN Classic. The legendary Rumbles.
I'm hurting! I'm a bad man!
The modern classics.
Non-stop! Relentless effort!
Where greatness always always answers the bell. Boxing for fight fans. Classic Night at the Fights. Every weeknight at 8 Eastern, 9 Pacific. Only on ESPN Classic. Every Sunday morning. ESPN Classic is your place to see a replay of this week's best college basketball game. The ESPN Game of the Week on ESPN Classic.
Big fella.
Thrillers.
That'll be on a highlight reel.
Storied rivalries.
Oh, big time.
This week's Classic in the Making. The ESPN College Basketball Game of the Week presented by Quiznos. 9 a.m. Sundays only on ESPN Classic.
Take a look at the reset. Timeout's not a factor, but the team fouls, I think, are kind of interesting, Dick.
Yeah, really, right now, you look at Arizona with 10 and UCLA only with 5. That definitely is interesting.
So every time UCLA goes to the line, it'll be 2 shots. And they have a couple of fouls to use on the defensive end.
Well, they got 1 really to use before they get into the bonus to 7. What a great, great way for a big game between 2 heavyweights of their league. Going at it, just where they were last year. A little nostalgia. Think about last year, 71 in a row at McHale. One of the tough places to play. Jumper at the buzzer by UCLA to break the winning streak. And then they come back down here and they win the Pac-10 championship, beating Arizona. And here they are in game 1 of the conference, going to the last minute.
Well, as we said earlier, up until the last game last year, the 4 prior were decided on the final possession.
They changed defenses, now come back out into the man-to-man. O'Bannon wants the rock. Love guys that want the rock.
Butler trying to post up. Zimmerman on the high post.
They should go to O'Bannon. He's got Stokes with 4.
Tarver to the baseline, rejected by Mills. Edney gets it back. Fake the man. Give it up on a wraparound. O'Bannon underneath for the basket.
Big basket by O'Bannon. Edney may have been in that lane all day and got away with it, but a great dish by Edney on the inside. Like a little QB handing it off to O'Bannon.
UCLA by 1.
There's that high screen trying to get Stoudemire free.
Rejected by O'Bannon.
O'Bannon rejection. O'Bannon triple with the trifecta. O'Bannon with the layup inside. And he's got the mascot on top of it. Eddie O'Bannon, watch this right here, Barry. There it is. 31, a man possessed. What's the W?
Got a timeout, 42 seconds remaining. UCLA with a 1-point lead. O'Bannon may want to keep that mask.
Ooh, I'll tell you something. This is college basketball. Excitement, excitement, excitement.
Take another look at the play down low by O'Bannon defensively.
Here he comes rotating over. He gives some help. He says, no, little guy, get it out of here, baby. This is my territory. He's got the long arms, the great timing.
42 seconds, 80-79. UCLA leads it. UCLA has never led the game by more than 3 points. Neither team has led by more than 7.
That big 3 by Eddie O'Bannon from the corner against the zone was unbelievable. They needed that badly.
O'Bannon with 29 points. We mentioned earlier his previous high was 24 against Georgia, but it isn't only what he's done on the offensive end. He's played well on both ends.
Well, you know, he's such a great guy to have on your team because he has the superb work ethic, the great attitude, and it becomes contagious with all the other guys on the floor.
That's the story. Jimmy Herrick.
You're Jimmy Herrick. You really need this W at home. You can't let this game get away. In this league or in any league, you know, this league, you talk about how important it is. They don't have a postseason tournament. So winning the league championship is really, really meaningful.
We talked about Ed O'Bannon and what he's done. His counterpart for Arizona, Chris Mills, very, very comparable.
Well, both guys, marquee players, big game players, rise to the occasion. Arizona right now. So you're Mills, you got to be option number 1 right here.
Reeves to inbound, gets it into Mills. Stoudemire was open for a moment.
UCLA will get the ball back. Time on the clock. There's a difference.
Mills trying to post Butler up, and Butler trying to front him. Real battle down low. Now Mills. Stokes. Good help out, but a foul.
Got to go to the line, and they've been a disaster on a free throw line. You know, Stokes going to that free throw line is a 52% shooter on the line. There he is going to whirl to the inside. Gets the ball in deep. 21 seconds on the clock. 1 for 3 on the line thus far. He's home in California. Nothing greater to win in front of his friends.
Knocked down the first one just like that. Tied at 80, 21 seconds left. UCLA will have the ball. Lute Olson wants a timeout. 21 ticks remaining. The two coaches will tell their teams exactly what they expect. We're tied, and we'll be back.
Why are we wearing these outfits?
I thought we should practice our Irish step dancing to celebrate the St. Patrick's Day season.
We're cooking now.
Ow! Maybe all we need for St. Patrick's Day is our Guinness.
Ouch! All we need is Guinness. Brilliant!
Brilliant!
Enjoy Guinness Draft responsibly during the St. Patrick's Day season.
Yeah, it's just a lot of pressure every month, you know? It's like, how much is our mortgage going to go up this time?
I know what you mean. We couldn't take it anymore. So I called Ditech. I figured, why not? We tried everyone else. But you know, Ditech jumped right on it.
That fast, huh?
Yeah.
So what's the catch?
No catch. They were so nice. Walked us through everything, and we're saving money. I can't believe we didn't call sooner.
Ditech.
If you enjoy the warmth of a crackling fire, but hate the aches and pains of splitting wood by hand,
I'd like to introduce you to the DR electric-powered wood splitter. A new, safer, easier, and far more enjoyable way to split wood.
The DR wood splitter combines the convenience of electricity with the power of hydraulics to split the toughest logs, up to 16 inches thick. The DR wood splitter is quiet and easy to use anywhere. And because there's no gas, oil, or fumes, you can even use it indoors, in the comfort of your garage or basement.
Seeing is believing. Send for our catalog to find out more.
Try out the DR electric wood splitter in your own home for 6 months risk-free. Call 1-800-470-3594. Winter savings are now in effect, so call 1-800-470-3594. Online at drwoodsplitter.com.
DR is professional power for homeowners.
Hey, thanks for stopping by. You know, I followed your character since the first episode. I'm a big fan, big fan.
Thank you.
And listen, your storyline, it makes for incredible TV drama. Thing is, your drug use is very adult content. Too adult for the kids. So I'm gonna have to block you.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Well, have a good one.
You're a nice lady.
Every Saturday night at 8, Classic Ringside.
I shook up the world!
Studio host Brian Kenny, Bert Sugar, and boxing experts reveal the real story behind the greatest fights.
Down goes Frazier!
And fighters of all time.
We are going to do this one more time.
Next up, Little Big Man. These guys packed a punch.
The smaller guys actually had advantages because their skills were better.
Classic Ringside, 8 p.m. Saturday, only on ESPN Classic.
That's what you need to know about this game. 21 ticks left, tied at 80.
Well, crunch time right now. Right now in that timeout, Lute Olson's going over most likely in a very positive way. He's saying if you make this free throw, not if, he said when you make this free throw, this is what we'll do defensively. And then he grabs the other guy, so he doesn't want Stokes to hear it. He'll say to the other guys, hey, if he misses it, this is what we'll do here as well. I mean, this is the crunch time, the mailbox time. This is what you work all week. You prepare, you prepare. Coach's stomachs right now are churning. 50% on a free throw line tonight, 52 for the season. Stokes from out of California. Got himself into foul trouble, had a good start. Jimmy Herrick right now. Strategy changes if he misses this versus if he makes it.
He missed it. And O's got high for and kick it out for Reeves.
They can spread the court, use the clock.
Arizona will have the court. That clock has not started. You know, the clock on the left side of the stadium here has not started. Our clock did, of course, at 13. But up there, it still says 21.
It might be broken right there. Jimmy Herrick frustrated, unbelievably upset on him. Missed free throw, not coming up with the ball. There's the ball coming off. And the ball pops out of Eddie O'Bannon's hands. Isn't it unbelievable? The kid's been superb all night. And there's the one time the ball pops out of his hands. Why, if you're Arizona, was he trying to score right there? Why not just simply bring the ball back out? With all the defense moving toward him, you don't need to take it in for the deuce. You're plus, now while you're tied right there, well, that was a good shot, I guess. I don't know. What's your feeling on that?
I do think it was a pretty good shot, actually.
Yeah,
now O's.
Yeah, he was inside.
And I think it's an instinctual shot, too.
Yeah. I thought for a moment that they were up one, but they weren't. It was tied. He had the inside baseline.
And O's calmly knocks it in.
Knocks it in. He's got good touch, Big O's. He really has good touch. Bench cheers.
And Lute Olson screaming to Khalid Reeves and Chris Mills to get back.
I think he gets so whacked up in this game. I had thought that he had converted that free throw. But right here now, you've got a 1-point lead. UCLA still in good shape in terms of you got a chance to get a good shot. 3 wins it. 2 gives you the OT. At home, you like to go for the OT. Don't have to go for the 3 here.
Edney kicks it out for Zimmerman. Now they're going to have to hurry. Butler throws up a 3. It won't go. The rebound is still loose, and it is finally controlled by Reeves, and the game is over, and Arizona has won it.
It's celebration time, jubilation time. Unbelievable. Missed free throw, come up with the rebound, the difference in the game.
And once again, the last possession.
Great win for Arizona. A true battle. Here it is, Arizona, UCLA. Year in and year out, go right down to the buzzer.
So Lute Olson is a winner on the road, and that's what you have to do in the Pac-10 Conference this year. Big win for him. Tough loss for Jim Herrick. 82-80. Arizona wins it.
ESPN celebrates Black History Month, presented by Verizon.
But Havlicek steals it. Havlicek stole the ball. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. Amici powers in.
Won their 6th NBA championship.
Gibson, swing. This is going to be a home run. Unbelievable. I don't believe what I just saw.
Hello, I'm Chris Fowler for Sports Century. He was, by turns, fierce and gentle, resolute and accommodating. Arthur Ashe was athlete and social activist, educator and public servant, fundraiser and author. He played tennis with feline elegance, and he conducted his life with an easy grace. Andrew Young, the former U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, said of him, Arthur took the burden of race and wore it as a cloak of dignity.
I have known since the time of my brain operation in September 1988 that I have AIDS.
You just couldn't know him without feeling like this is the single most unfair thing. Why Arthur, of all people? After having coped with racism, after having coped with his heart problems, and now this.
I still don't understand how a human being could get dealt that card. Someone who was so infinitely good and pure.
There was a silent and a generous conspiracy to assist me in maintaining my privacy. This has meant a great deal to me and Jeannie and Cameron.
That was the only time I really, saw him show emotion and, pain. And it wasn't so much pain that he felt for himself. It was the pain that he felt for his wife and his child.
In a devastating situation, he handled it with dignity, with intelligence, with thoughtfulness.
He said, I feel like a big weight has been lifted off my shoulders, just the secret is out, and how do you think you were? I said, Arthur, you couldn't have done it any better.
In those days, it was still assumed that AIDS was an automatic death sentence.
He felt that people would look at him as if he had leprosy.
We were still in the midst of a phobia about AIDS.
People think that God is visiting his wrath on people who have ill behaved.
That sort of thinking suffered a stunning backhand.